In the lands where northern winds roar, the real battle began long before the first blade was raised.
The most dangerous moment of a Viking battle was not the first strike. It was the silence before anyone moved. That part was never written down. We know how Vikings fought. We know what they carried, where they sailed, how they died. But what happened before the blades came out? Before voices turned into shouts, that part lives mostly between the lines. No saga explains it clearly, no law code describes it, yet every battle depended on it. Because before they fought, Vikings had to decide something far more important than tactics. They had to decide whether today was already decided, and once that decision was made, there was no turning back. So what did they actually do, standing there in the cold, waiting for blood? And why did so many of them seem calm, even eager?
The fog is lifting.
Soon. Are the men ready?
They are ready for Ragnarok.
Before battle, the camp did not feel loud. It felt heavy. Men woke before sunrise, not because someone ordered them to, because sleep no longer worked. Weapons were checked again, even though they were checked the night before. Not to improve them, to give the hands something to do. Talking was brief, low voices, no boasting. A man who bragged before a fight was watched carefully. Confidence was respected. Noise was not. Some warriors stepped away from the group, not to pray loudly, but to think. They were not asking for victory. That would be pointless. In their world, fate was already woven. The question was not if you would die. The question was how you would meet the moment, and whether anyone would remember your name after. This is where the first unseen ritual began. Watching, not the enemy, each other. A leader noticed who avoided eye contact, who laughed too hard, who stared too long at the ground. These signs mattered, because fear was not shameful, but pretending you didn't feel it was dangerous. Then came the signs no one could control. A bird's call at the wrong time, a horse refusing to move, a sudden shift in the wind. Nothing dramatic, nothing magical, just small disruptions, and every man noticed them. Because when death feels close, the mind starts connecting things. If too many signs felt wrong, the battle might be delayed, not canceled, delayed. That alone tells us something important. Vikings were not reckless. They were patient with death. But once a certain point was crossed, everything changed. Food was eaten, even if no one was hungry. Better to fight with strength than superstition. Armor was put on slowly, straps tightened with care. A man might touch the edge of his blade, not to test sharpness, but to feel something familiar. Someone nearby murmured a short phrase, not a chant, not a spell. More like a reminder of family, of land, of an oath made long ago. And then came the moment that never made it into writing. The shared decision. No signal, no speech, just a shift. Men stood closer together, breathing synced without effort. At that moment, running became harder than staying. This is where courage actually lived. Not in shouting, not in rage, but in accepting that whatever happens next is already happening. That acceptance changed how they fought. It made them dangerous, because a man who believes his end is already set does not hesitate. But here's what's rarely said. Not everyone felt that acceptance. Some felt dread so strong it turned physical. Dry mouth, shaking hands. And they went forward anyway, because turning back did not erase fate. It only changed how you met it. This is why Viking battles could explode so suddenly. Minutes of stillness, then total violence. The calm before battle was not peace. It was pressure. And pressure does something strange to people. It simplifies them. Complex thoughts fall away. Only a few things remain. Your place, the man next to you, and the first step forward. Once that step was taken, there was no ritual left, only consequences. But even as they moved, something else followed them. Expectation, not of winning, but of being seen. By enemies, by allies, by those who would speak later. That expectation shaped behavior. A man might take a risk he normally wouldn't, not because he wanted to die, but because he wanted the moment to matter. This is how stories are born. And this is why silence before battle was so important. Noise wasted meaning. Silence sharpened it. After the fight, survivors often struggled to explain what they felt before it began. Not because it was secret, but because language failed. How do you describe the moment when fear stops arguing? Some never spoke of it again. Others tried and sounded strange even to themselves. What remained was memory, the sound of breathing, the weight of a shield, the knowledge that you stepped forward when it counted. But there was a darker side. Those who hesitated remembered that too. A half step late, a glance backward. These memories stayed longer than wounds, because Viking culture remembered bravery, but it never forgot doubt. This pressure shaped generations. It taught young men that courage wasn't loud. It was quiet and final. And it taught leaders something uncomfortable. That control ends where belief begins. You can train men to fight, but you cannot command acceptance. That had to come from inside. And sometimes, it didn't. There's a reason these moments were rarely written. Because writing fixes things in place. And what happened before battle was never fixed. It shifted, changed, failed some men, and strengthened others. Even today, we focus on the clash of steel. But the real battle may have already ended before the first blow. In the quiet, in the waiting. And the question Vikings never asked out loud still lingers. If fate is already decided, what part of the choice was ever truly yours?